Just don't get the toilets in there.
Oh, yeah, hang on. This way, right here. Here we go.
My big head will block the toilets.
We go more like this. There we go.
There you go.
Oh, hang on more, just a little more this way. There we go. No toilets in the scene. We started our RV adventure. We sold our house in December. Now, you want to say bye-bye to our house?
Bye-bye house.
Bye-bye house.
Bye-bye house.
Okay, it was so nice having 3,400 square feet.
I know. Now
No
we're
more.
down to 400 square feet.
Well, we're homeless currently.
That's true.
Welcome home, Jenny Owens. Welcome home.
It's so beautiful.
And then we ended up thinking it would take us about 3 days to load our RV. Ended up taking
A month?
a month. Yeah, and we ended up parked in my mom's driveway for a month.
Yep.
And then we were going to get out of town, and we went to Seaside, Oregon for a week for a practice trip.
Yep.
And then after Seaside, came back and we parked. Oh yeah, it was part of our parking at my mom's for a month. But then we went out and stayed at Sebastian's grandma, the Newtons.
We went to Portland for a week while we waited for me to, I had to have a medical procedure done. And then we thought we'd be in California like right away.
And we ended up sticking around for that, and we got stuck in the blizzard and several feet of snow.
So we were there a lot longer than we anticipated.
About an extra month, so 2 months. Anyway, 2.5 months finally into our RV adventure. We finally got out of the state of Washington and into the state of California.
Yep.
And here we are on the beach.
Yep.
It's finally happened.
Yay!
Mm-hmm.
I see the beach.
I know, we're gonna walk toward it. Come on, bud. So, and why did we do this whole thing?
Well, look at us. We look horrible. We're breathing heavy. We were doing these videos, training videos, and I was doing the editing, and I looked at them, and I'm like, we look awful. We were exhausted. We were tired from all hard work we've been doing for 20 years, and just wanted to get out.
The last 12 years were way more intense with counseling families, and just we parented in those, well, even more than 12 years, we parented a lot of kids that just needed a lot of extra support.
And starting the counseling business and starting a nonprofit organization, and that was all going really well. And I was in my office one day overlooking the river, and I just remember saying to myself, looking out there thinking, I'm not very happy with the quality of my life, all those things that happened. And I just it was busy. It was just a lot of work, and so we just wanted
not a lot of play, not a lot of fun. We were just kind of like little hamsters in a wheel.
Yeah.
And so we knew we had to do something drastic, and we tried other things kind of along with what we were doing, and it just wasn't working. And so finally, when it just came to this point of we can't keep doing what we're doing, we decided just to do something completely drastic. So we're traveling for a year.
to increase, well, the overall goal is just to rejuvenate ourselves. And 3 parts of that are increasing the margin in our lives, finding adventure in our lives, and then finding beauty, because we spend too much of our lives around a lot of the ugly things, not each other, but just just the ugly things of the world.
This way, bud.
And so we just wanted to spend our year doing that.
Focusing on the good.
Because we're not done with all that great work, because we have little Bastion here. And we want to be good parents to him for the next 20 years too, so.
Yep.
All right.
That's us.
Speaking of beautiful things, let's get those bathrooms back out of the background. Okay.
Those are vile.
Best part of full-time RV life is.
Drum roll, please. I don't know. Huh.
What's
That's
the
a
best
good
part?
question. I think just being able to spend more time playing with Sebastian and playing in general.
A lot of our lives. I think for me the best part has been being right next to family. We've parked in driveways for family. mostly on this trip. This trip right here now into Pismo here is the first time we haven't been near family. And even if we're in the same town, just, I don't know, being in the same yard with them is nice.
Yeah.
The extended
very
time
nice.
and just the closeness that creates. So that's been my favorite part of our full-time RVing, is just being able to park near the people we love, I guess.
Yeah.
I can't hold your hand, you're way up there. Got it.
Got it.
Can you tell? Can you tell it? Can you sit? Oh, sit down a little lower so we can see your face. There we go.
There's maybe snakes.
Probably. It's probably some snakes. Can you tell? Oops. Can you tell everybody what your favorite part of the adventure has been so far?
Maybe Disneyland.
Well, we're going to Disneyland, but we haven't been there yet. What about the things we've actually done? Can you tell us what's your favorite thing so far?
I don't know.
Could be cousins. Could be the snowstorm. Could be the beach.
The snowstorm.
The snowstorm. That's been the favorite.
Yeah.
Okay, so you like snow better than your cousins? Want to tell them that?
Yeah.
Right there, say, I like you. Okay.
Wow.
Okay. The things that, or maybe we didn't know going in, that we found out as we got going, kind of maybe the most surprising things we learned along the way.
I think one of the biggest things for me is, you know, when you've spent over 12 years on high alert to keep kids safe, it's really hard to relax.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very hard.
Meaning?
Like, your mind races and,
Oh, right.
you know, like, it's like your body is still kind of on high alert. Not like a week and a half ago, I was in a dark parking lot with our son, which probably wasn't the best idea, but I got approached by two guys separately, and that was after I saw a guy in the store that creeped me out, and he was everywhere we were. And so, and one of the guys actually approached me at the car and tried to get me to read something on his phone. And my gut just said it was like not a safe situation. Yeah. So ever since then, I've really, everything, you know, your brain just kind of kicks in with, you know, safety for my son.
Yeah. So it's one of the ugly sides of doing really good work is that when you hear and see about all the most horrible things in the world, and you hear what kids have gone through and been exposed to and what adults have done to them, then you just see it everywhere, I guess.
Yeah, well, and you know, doing a little research after, just hearing that there are a lot of kids trafficked in the United States, and it's a growing business.
But now we're focused on the good things. So, so as we keep going,
yeah, it's hard to turn your brain off when you know what happens to kids.
For me, I think the most surprising, two most surprising things, I guess. Number one is we were packing up the RV and we were meticulously going through and getting rid of most everything in our lives because we knew we only had so much space. So the biggest surprise to me was once we got all the stuff in there, it wasn't really so much the space that mattered, it was the weight that mattered. And so we had, once we got through all that stuff and got it all in, and we weighed the RV when we were, you know, about 1,000 pounds roughly overweight.
I mean, not us.
No, well, that, no, but yeah, so we had to go through and downsize and lighten some things that we did. Bought some plastic dishes instead of glass dishes.
But it really makes you like stop and think of what's important, like what, I mean, I did the whole Marie Kondo,
sure.
whatever. So if it doesn't spark joy.
Yeah, and I almost have a physical aversion, almost a nausea, when I go into a store to buy something now because it was so hard to get rid of everything. We survived.
We're all alive.
Did we find any dragons, Bastion?
No.
No dragons?
We saw a skunk all the way. Jingle, 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 is a jingle bell ring.